Good morning, Demetrius.
Good morning, Pat.
It's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
I'm Pat Sheranian, and my guest today is Demitrius Siruno.
Yep, yep.
Siruno?
hmm
Did I do that right?
You did good.
And I have known Demetrius for a little while, and I really appreciate his talent and who he is. We are the Kyani Show this morning, and we are happy to bring this to you. I want to start with my experience with the Kyani products and what they have done for me. A year ago in July, do you remember when I came aboard in July? It seems
I
like
do.
forever ago. July of 2010, and I had had diabetes for 14 years, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, crippling arthritis in my hands and my knees. I weighed a good deal more than I do now, and just wanted to sleep most of the time, kind of sick and tired. And I started on these products. I was introduced to them by Mary Louise Zeller and Larry Barkdahl. And I started on the products, and with a very short period of time, like days, my blood sugars dropped too low. And I thought, uh oh. So I called my diabetic doctor here in the Utah Valley area, and he said, well, what are you doing? And I told him, he said, well, you better cut out the medications or stop the product. So my kidneys thought it was really great that I cut out the medications. So, and I've been on the products. I was on the products for that month. And towards the end of the month, I called the doctor and I said, I'm a little lightheaded. And by personality, I'm not terribly lightheaded. And so I thought, what's going on? And he said, I think your blood pressure's gotten too low, and you better get off all the medications. So we just stopped all medications, and I haven't had any medications since July of 10. And
Wow.
that's about 14 months now, and I am really grateful for that. My body has totally responded to not having medication in my body. I did start losing weight, and we're going to tell you why, because these products are so amazing to be able to balance our bodies. If you need to gain, you will gain. If you need to lose, you'll lose. Your body goes to the most normal place that you could possibly imagine it. Well, the first thing that happened, Demetrius, my nap went away in the afternoon. Didn't need the nap anymore. Didn't think about it anymore. After a while, began to think I needed a nap just to have a rest, but I didn't need the nap. And so weight loss, no more medications. The biggest thing probably was the energy that I experienced. Such an incredible energy. One of the products we're going to talk about just is a mood leveler. I don't know how to say that to people, but I've seen people in terrible depression, which I have not experienced. But, I have up and down moods depending on what sometimes people say or do or what I do or say. And it just leveled off. And I was sleeping better. So I am grateful to the owners of the Kyani Company. They're located in the Idaho Falls area. Demetrius and I are both distributors. He started 4 years ago, right?
4 years in a month.
4 years and a month, and you were the second or third person that signed up in the company. Is that right? Somewhere up at the top.
Something like that. Yeah. It's
Something
been it's been
like.
a while. I can't remember.
But he's got a great story. It's a personal story. It is a very personal story. And so we're going to have him go through that for us this morning. If you're interested in knowing more about the products or getting in touch with me, of course, you can do that in the chat room right here on this channel where we are, pat.utahvalleylive.com, or call 801-362-9552, 362-9552. And we'll be giving that number out again throughout the meeting. So let's go. You were great last night, by the way. I went to
Thank
see him
you.
in living color up in front of people, and he had us laughing and crying. So it was really a wonderful experience to be there with you. So let's go back to what I just mentioned, and that is, how did you get into this, and why did you stay? That would be even better, because so many people get into network marketing, they find it's not for them,
hmm
that they have not been successful. They don't want to put in the amount of work. And I think we've kidded ourselves over the years saying you don't have to work. You do. This is an 8 to 5 job and then some to start out with. And along the line, you get to go and begin to have some fun with what's happening. Residual income, residual income, residual income. So tell us about it.
Well, first of all, Pat, thank you so much for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you all for joining us. We're excited about Kayani and what we're doing, but your story is so compelling. Uh, to talk about that, I mean, your story is what drives me, Pat. People like you who are hurting, who need what we have to offer. And there's millions of people that need the Kayani products and also need an opportunity. And so you're one of the reasons why I continue to come out and show up and why we travel so much. And it's been a blessing. Kayani's been such a huge blessing for me and my family. How I got started, I didn't wake up one day and say, I'd like to be a professional network marketer. I don't
Really?
think
No kidding.
no kidding. And I didn't wake up and I didn't aspire to be a professional network marketer. I woke up one day and found out that our company that we had created in real estate had actually gone into the pot. I mean, it was
It was gone.
bankrupt. It was destroyed because of the economy. We had a real estate investment business, and we made money off of distressed housing, and we would rehab properties and turn around and sell them to investors or sell them retail. But we found in the economy, 5 years ago when that bubble thing exploded, we couldn't do what we did anymore, and it was so easy before, Pat. I mean, we could turn around and buy a house for 200,000, turn around and sell it for 400,000,
Right.
and we were
Great
doing it all
market.
day
Great
long.
market.
Phenomenal, but we didn't foresee the economy doing what it did as quick as it did. We saw it coming, but not as fast as it came down. We lost a lot of money in a hedge fund here in Salt Lake City, and uh, man, we were just devastated by that and devastated by the mortgage industry collapsing and not being able to lend on jumbo properties and create jumbo loans. And all of our properties were jumbo properties. And so August of '07, we were decimated because of the economy. Our hopes and dreams were shattered. We were at the most destitute point in my life between my wife and I. And it still hurts this day to think about having to look at my wife and say, honey, I don't know what we're gonna do. Um,
You had some little children,
we had two children at the time. We have four now.
and you
Um,
still look like a teenager.
thank you, thank you. And the aging effects of the property is
That's it.
amazing. You should have seen me 4 years ago. It was crazy, and to see me now is I've got my youth back.
We
Feels
all
like
have. We all have. It's been wonderful.
it's been great. But so that was my story. I didn't have a college degree at the time. Because of the residual income that Kayani offers, I've been able to go back and get my degree, thank goodness. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't, start Kayani because of the products, although I thought the products were great. I started Kayani because I needed to make money. Don't judge me. But, I got excited about an opportunity. Even though it was network marketing, I never really believed in network marketing before. I never believed that I could do it. I believed that people were very successful. I knew people were very successful. I just didn't think that I could come in and be a success story in this industry. It really is a testament to the vehicle of Kayani, the company, the infrastructure that allows ordinary people to come in and succeed and win. And I love that. And we're seeing that every single day. So I got started August 10th, 2007. And I remember that day like it's my wedding anniversary or like it's, a birthday because it's so significant in my life and my family's life. And, ever since then, it's been like a roller coaster a little bit, but it's been
The
so
first couple of
fun.
years are difficult. They are. They're
It
difficult.
is. It really is. It's not get rich quick. It is get rich possible though. But there's a few components that I didn't understand that you need to have in order to come in average everyday person with hopes and dreams just like everybody else in order to win. You got to have a good team. And that's one of the things that I found that's been key in Kayani for my success and for so many other people's successes. I was fortunate enough to work with some incredible networkers, Mr. Steve Niumatalolo and Mrs. Becky Bursell, who are just salt of the earth people. They're the type of people that would do anything for you to
They
help
would.
you win and help you
They would.
succeed. And that's a true testament of why they are so successful is because they care more about their team than they do themselves. And they were experienced and they knew what they were doing. So I locked arms with them and I said, let's go to work. Let's run. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. Uh, and really, to this day, we're still learning as we're growing, and it's just been a blast. We've had a lot of fun.
I think what they offer in this company, and you're right at the top, and you watched it firsthand, and that is this mentoring really reaching out, helping each other, being there. One conversation with Demetrius, and he's here with me. And believe me, I'm way down the line from where he is. But that doesn't seem to make a difference to anybody. If you reach out for assistance, for help, your people above you who've been through it, who understand it, who've worked it, who've labored over it, they just reach out and pull you up. It's been the most amazing company I've ever experienced in any across the board, across the board.
No, you're
For
right.
training, for assistance, for
I'm glad
standing
you
next to
brought that
you.
up.
Yeah,
That's the culture that they created.
it is.
That's the culture that we've tried to implement and sustain throughout the years, is people helping people. We understand that without our organization, without our team, we wouldn't be. And we've always put that into play. We've always had that sense of teamwork, and like you talked about, mentorship. And we've learned so much. I've learned so much, and there's so much that I want to share with my team and organization. So yeah, we do. We try to help as many people as we can. When we can. Sometimes it gets difficult. We have over 15,000 people in my team, but that's why we create
Well,
as
you
many
travel a
leaders as
lot.
possible.
You travel a lot to go see those people that need you
Yeah,
within the team. We're very fortunate to be close to people that have this kind of talent and that will give us this kind of time. But you do a lot of traveling. I'm sure you've never traveled this much before. This is
I haven't. Especially now I'm done with school. We're traveling a lot more. I was just in Hawaii. I spent 8 days in Hawaii. Aloha to the team Aloha out there. It was amazing. First time that I've ever been out there. I actually ran into some family members, which was awesome.
that's exciting.
Yeah, never even met them before, but ran into them out there. But going down to Vegas this weekend, and just got a lot of exciting
You're
trips and
stopping
fun things
in
happening.
St. George.
Stopping in St. George in a couple of or
You're
tomorrow
Tomorrow you're
with
going to
Mike
have a
Akagi.
meeting, right? And a meeting there in St. George. Now he was on his way to Korea or in Korea. Is he
He's
gonna,
in Korea. He'll be
he's going
back tomorrow.
Okay,
Straight from the airport, we're going to go down to St. George and then to Vegas, and
that's
it's
great.
fun. We're having a blast.
Because we have little, pockets of people that really want to see you, that
Mhm.
really want to see how this program works. And you folks are at the top of it. Mike Akagi's story is very compelling. He's got a very compelling story. Well, let's go on with yours.
Well, yeah. So that was 4 years ago. Got started with Kayani, and it's been a roller coaster. We've been through the ups and downs, the growing pains. 4 years ago, Kayani was a brand new company trying to figure out our culture and our identity and our community and our system, and how we would build this new company, being a nutraceutical company. And by our 6th week, my wife and I had made over $40,000, and we're like, wow, this is fantastic. These things really work. The way the compensation plan was structured before was completely different than what it is today. And what we've seen is an evolution of a company go from being just in the United States, having a mediocre compensation plan, to now being in over 32 countries, having a compensation plan now that's second to none, that allows people to come in and start building a residual income. And I talk about a residual income as being kind of like a lifestyle insurance. We all have health insurance. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us should. Everybody should. But we all have car insurance. We all have renter's insurance or mortgage insurance. But how many people have lifestyle insurance? And I mean by lifestyle insurance, if something were to happen to you, say you were injured, heaven forbid something happened to you, you were injured, you couldn't provide for your family. There's a guy I go to church with a couple months ago. He broke his wrist, and he's a mechanic up at the Salt Lake airport for Delta, and couldn't go to work.
Can't go to work.
Couldn't go to work
Not with a broken
he's
wrist.
I got a broken wrist. I'm out for 6 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do. The wife actually had to go back and start delivering pizzas at a local pizza place. And and to this day, he doesn't have that job back that he had. But it's scary out there what's happening. People are finding themselves in an economy where they're at their jobs for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and they're becoming replaceable because someone younger will come in and work the same job for less pay. And companies are like, yeah, let's do that, because they're cutting back, and the economy is getting so bad. So we're in the worst economy since the Great Depression. So what Kayani is, and what I've realized the power of it really is meant to be a part-time second stream of income to help you supplement your income today that eventually could turn into a plan A. But for most people, it's not a plan A starting out of the gates. For me, it was because I didn't have a plan A, and we worked it. But I fell in love with the concept of helping people breathe a little bit. There's so many people today, Pat, so many people that are suffering financially
They're
as well as
hurting.
with their
They're
health.
hurting.
They're
They're
and
hurting.
you know
The
one of
stress
my
levels are terrible.
well, it's
If you've got
ridiculous
poor
what it's
health and
doing.
no money coming in, and a family that depends on you, it is the worst possible scenario that we could have today, and it's there, and so many people are suffering. Since you mentioned that, I'm just going to say that you'll probably get to this, but the people that own this company that came together, they were already enormously successful in their individual companies, and
Absolutely.
they didn't need to do this. It's a tax headache for them, so they did not need to go through this, but they have done it for one reason, and that's to to help the people of the world to feel better and have a little extra money.
No, it is. It's humbling to be around the owners of our company, Mr. Kirk Hansen, chairman of the board. He's a 41-year-old billionaire. He hates that term, but I mean, they are. They own Conrad and Bischoff Petroleum. They partnered up with the Taylor family, Taylor and Sons Farms up in Idaho Falls, and they do over 400 plus million a year in potato farming. Conrad and Bischoff, they do 6 to 800 million a year in gas and oil, and so they're very,
And they've
very
been doing
financially
this
backed.
for years.
Doing it for years. They built their companies from the ground up. And yeah, you're absolutely right. They did not look at Kayani as a way to get rich, or they didn't say, we're going to make a lot of money with this company. We
Nope.
should do this. It really was they felt inspired to start this company when they heard the science. Dr. Maureen McKenzie got on the phone with them with Dick and Gil Powell, and they heard the science. They were blown away with what the products were doing for people, and they said this is something that people need. And we had the good fortune of spending some time with them last month and a half ago in Vail, Colorado, at a leadership retreat, and listening to Mr. Kirk Hansen talk about how Kayani is their way of giving back. When you get to the multi billions of dollars, there's not a lot more money that you can make, and not a lot of more like selfish reasons for them to go out and make more money. But they said Kayani's already profitable. We're going to do it because it makes sense. But even if we don't take a profit for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years, we're still excited about what we're doing. It's our way of giving back. And I got so excited to hear that. And it really just kind of reminded me of the types of people that are backing this company. So we're documented, Pat, as the most financially backed company in the history of the industry, where they have all the money in the
That's a
world to
big
do whatever
statement.
they want. Yeah,
That's a
it
big
is.
statement. That's a big statement.
It is, and it shows in everything that they do, and the new design of our product line, the launching in over 30 countries, really providing a global opportunity for people to win. The way that the compensation plan is structured, where they have the highest payout in the industry of their revenues back to the field, because they don't need to keep all that money for like typical companies do. And so we're very blessed to have that type of ownership that has the integrity that they have, the integrity to where they say, you know what, we're going to offer the products with the 30-day money back guarantee. And I found that to be just huge for people, where there's so many people spending so much money on multivitamins and other products. You go to Costco or GNC, people are buying supplements left and right, spending hundreds of dollars, and they
And
don't
not
have that
getting the
same
results.
guarantee.
Not getting the
Not
results.
getting the results. It's because they don't know. People are hurting in our society today with their health. I mean, we're seeing the health and wellness industry just break records, and people are spending money to feel better. Baby boomers are still the largest demographic
That's
of
true.
discretionary income or whatever, and now they're finding that they've spent all those years working. Now they're spending all their time and money and efforts trying to get their health back. And it's crazy what we're seeing as far as testimonials, where every single day I'm blown away by the testimonials that we're hearing. Your testimonial is incredible.
It has changed my life. It has changed my life. I thought I was ready to retire. I kept trying to retire. And now I'm so busy, and I have been on radio for 20 years, but I retired. I thought I won't be doing that again. I have done television. I've been retired from that for years, and now I'm back in both venues and having a wonderful time, going to meetings all night, on the phone all day, talking to people all over the world, emailing everybody. It's been an exciting experience to come and have to learn all this terminology. that you grew up with. But it's been fun, it's been rewarding. But the best reward is to feel so good, and I'm making more money. And that works. That works.
Also, for those of you listening, congratulations, Pat, for your qualifying for your brand new Audi
I did. I
from
qualified
Kayani.
last Friday, and so it's just a matter of getting it picked up now. If I had time, I'd go pick it up.
That's awesome.
I noticed you drove yours up.
I did. I love it. We have a brand new car program, which is second to none in the industry. You guys, it is phenomenal. This Audi program. Audis, I've always wanted an Audi, and just about 5 6 weeks ago, Kayani came out with a program where you reach the Sapphire position, which
Which
is
is
100
just
customers.
it's just the third rank up. It's so easy.
Yeah, I mean it's 100 customers between you and your whole team. Not only is the average Sapphire earning about $2,400 a month residually, so every single month coming in, but they get a brand new Audi. It's like a $45,000 car that the company pays for, which is so fun. I mean,
Really
we've
nice.
we've had like over 30 winners in the past few weeks. There'll be hundreds, I believe, in the next few months. But just another testament of how incredible this company is and their way of giving back to people and providing hope.
Well, they've done something a little different with this program too. First of all, you rarely ever are awarded anything when you're this far still down the line. When you're just beginning, you have to be at 20,000 a month to get a car. That kind of thing with most companies. And they not only give us the car and make the payment and the down payment, but as long as you maintain that rank, you receive that $500 a month the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And I thought, just as long as you stay at that rank.
Yeah, so they buy you
How
a free
good is
car.
that?
It's incredible. There's nothing like it in the industry, and it's allowing people to start dreaming again. I mean, it's a shame, Pat, how many people I run into where I ask them, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in the next 10 years? What are your dreams? What are your goals? And it blows me away that so many people don't know what to say. So many people can't think that far ahead. They're like, 5 years? Gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know
They're
where
not
I'm
sure
going to
they
be in the
can get
next
through
five
it. Yeah,
weeks.
5 weeks from
You know,
now.
I just
Yeah.
want to. I just want to pay my bills. I just want to take care of my family. So Kayani has allowed me, and it's allowing so many other people to start dreaming again. And I'm a big believer now in dreams. I went through absolute just destruction financially, and I stopped dreaming for a long time after that because it's hard to recover from something like that where we were negative a million in the hole and just had no money coming in. We didn't know what the heck we were going to do, and it was hard to think about driving a dream car or going on multiple vacations and just being free because I felt like just so I couldn't breathe, like I was drowning in debt. And I talked to so many people where they're like, I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I'm just drowning and I'm not getting anywhere. So what I've seen, I like to think of myself as being kind of like a hope dealer a little bit in our economy because we provide hope for people. And with that car program is another way where people can start getting excited and start realizing their dreams again and start moving forward.
It's great. It's great. If you're interested in knowing more about this or meeting with us at some time or talking on the phone, please call 801 362 9552. 801 362 9552. We do have a chat room underneath this the picture you're seeing of us, and we'd be happy to have you ask a question or make a comment. We'd enjoy that. Let us know how we can assist you in getting into a better place than perhaps where you are at this time. My guest today is Demitrius Siruno. Did I do that right
Yep,
again? Okay, I'm getting
you
better.
got it. Great.
Honey, my southern accent doesn't always go there. So we want to continue on because I want you to talk about the products. You did such a good job last night of explaining them. Um, and then maybe go back and pick up your story a little bit because you started out like the rest of us, hitting the pavement, talking to everybody you knew, talking to people you didn't know, talking to people you'd ever thought you'd meet. And because there's a learning curve there. And say hi back to David.
Hello, David. How are you? David Mayo. What's up, buddy? That's actually my older brother.
Oh, good. We'll take
He's
him.
got an incredible story with his friend Britton on how the products have literally changed his life. If you can, I'd love for you to call in if you're
They
there.
can't call
Oh,
in
they
on
can't
this,
call?
but they
Okay.
can send us a text.
Okay.
Send us a text, and we can read the text. So,
Okay.
um, but you've been through all the steps that we go through, and when you come into a new company, I don't care what the company is, network marketing or what they're selling, direct sales, there is a learning curve. And you do have to put in extra time, and you do have to be trained. And for some reason, there's this belief that you can just jump into a company like Kyani and be at the top. No, you have to work your way. You had to work your way. Your brother had to work his way. We all have to take baby steps in the beginning. I want to do more training in this hour where we actually get down to what is it you do? What is it you say? I know that Steve, one of his comments was that he says, "Would you do me a favor, please?" And do you know what? People will take a few minutes to do us a favor.
Absolutely.
It's been the most wonderful. I mean, that's a little word, but just asking somebody, "Would you do me a favor and try the products?" Because you know they don't feel good.
Hmm.
You can see them. Mary Louise said, "I used to look gray." Well, that I didn't feel good about that. But the fact is, I didn't feel good.
Hmm.
I didn't. I didn't laugh as much. I didn't have as much fun. And so I want everyone to feel as good as I feel. And I'm a day or two older than this young man. And and but it's given me back a period of my life that I had a lot of energy 20, 30 years ago. It's really given me back my life.
That's
And
awesome.
I've changed since you've known me.
You
So
have.
I have.
You've completely changed.
It
Your whole
has.
countenance has
It's
changed,
changed
and
a
yeah,
lot.
that one of the rewards of being a part of this business is being a part of the changing process in
It
people's
is.
lives, and
It not
it's been
it,
a huge
it
blessing.
every way you can think of. Your family seems to come together. Your relationships get better. Trust factors are more intact. You're just it's a whole change in everything about you. Okay, so let's
We
go
talk
back
about the
pick up well, I
products.
want to pick up the last part of your story because you did work hard. You and your wife both. You just beat the pavement and made this thing happen. Then you went back to school. And now you're in a position where really you spend most of your time. We should mention you only signed basically 3 people up under you personally.
Hmm.
Then take it from there.
Well, yeah. So we were fortunate, like I talked about, of having great mentors and business partners that taught us how to build this business. And that's where we started. Our first day, we had 15 people come to our house because I asked them to do me a favor and take a look. And folks, that's what we do. This has nothing to do with selling, but everything to do with sharing and sorting. Remember those 2 words. We share and we sort. We share with other people what we have, and then we leave it up to them to decide if it's for them or if it's not for them. And then we sort through those people. We sort through the people. We have a saying, you've all heard the saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? Well, we're not in the business of making people drink or making horses drink. We're in the business of simply looking for thirsty horses. That's all we do, folks. That's all we do. And my mindset, everything has completely changed for me. When I got started, I was like, oh, I need to get them in my business. I need to sign you up in my business. And, oh, just come on, just sign up. And then it would some wouldn't. And I was like, oh man. Someone would be like, yes. So learning to discipline my disappointments has been a huge factor in continuing to have success.
That's a good statement. Make that again. You've learned to
Learn to discipline your disappointments and avoid the emotional roller coaster that happens. And these are just principles for success in anything that you do, especially in a Kyani business where you have such phenomenal products. You have life-changing products. It's just a matter of sharing what you have with as many people as possible and letting the product sell themselves. After the result that you had,
Sure.
Pat, the testimony that you have, are you ever going to not take the Kyani products?
This is my food storage.
That's great.
This is my food storage.
That's
I would
great.
not be without this. A lot of things may go away in my life. They may come into my life, but I will never be without these products ever. And I've been the last few days. Grab a packet. We're going to stop right here because I just remembered I haven't had this morning and I have to have it.
Oh, is this mine?
Oh, this is yours.
Yes.
Come on, open up. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
Okay. This is 1 ounce of the sunrise, which is filled with
The Sunrise. Okay. We have right now what's called the Triangle of Health. We have three products, well, four products, but the last two products are kind of like brother and sister products, if you will. But the Kyani Sunrise is a liquid multivitamin. This bottle right here,
Right.
we've won awards for the sexiness of the bottle,
Whatever that means.
whatever that means. It's awesome.
This is 30 ounces, and you may have trouble lifting it or getting the lid off. So a lot of people order 30 of these, the little packets that we just drank.
Yeah,
So
these are great for
this is a measured
travel.
ounce. They're great. Throw them in your purse, put them in your pocket. This stays, at home. It's in my refrigerator. Once you open it, this is good to put in the fridge. These you can carry with you for where, I find them in my purse 2 months later. And they're good. You can take them. So it's a traveling product. It travels easily. The other bottles are easy to put in your purse or your cosmetic kit or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. What I fell in love with right away with this product was it's actually not another juice. We're not another juice company. We're actually the Kyani Sunrise is registered as a liquid multivitamin. The only liquid multivitamin that I'm aware of in our industry. But you take an ounce a day. That's it. 1 ounce. You get all of your antioxidants, phytonutrients, your vitamins, trace minerals, which is huge. I mean, because it's a liquid, it has about a 98, 99 to 100% bioavailability. If you take a pill multivitamin, notice how big it is. Most multivitamins are very large, and there's a reason for that. If you drop it in water, look what happens after about 8 to 10 minutes. You'll notice that only about 20% of it dissolves, and it's very deceiving because the vitamins will say on the label that you're getting 100% this, 100% that. The only problem is you're not absorbing 100% of the pill. Typically about 20% is what your body can absorb. The rest of it gets flushed out. With Kyani, because it is a liquid, 100%, almost up to 100% bioavailability, meaning you're getting actually 100% of everything that it says here. I love that we put on the label the daily percent values of your vitamin A, vitamin C, and all the different vitamins, trace minerals that you're actually getting. Another thing that sets us apart, we're very diabetic friendly, as you know.
As I know.
But the main staple in here is the wild Alaska blueberry, where Kyani has complete exclusivity on this wild Alaska blueberry, up to 10 to 20 times the nutritional value and antioxidants, phytonutrients of a domestic blueberry. I had no idea that there was a difference, but there is. And so with that, extremely high levels of antioxidants, but a blend of antioxidants with pomegranate, wolfberry, raspberry, goji, which is the wolfberry, noni, bee pollen. I mean, it's got an incredible blend of antioxidants, and it's a liquid multivitamin.
And this is why I think our body responds and begins to normalize, become more normal, more what it should be. And that's why people lose weight on it. Met a lady last night, and she got started a couple of weeks ago, and she dropped 13 pounds. Boom, just like that. You're just not hungry.
I see it all the time.
Yeah, you're just not hungry. Because this gives you all of the nutrients that you need for the day. And as long as I've had people say, well, it didn't work. Well, they didn't take it. They took it 1 day or 2 days. Mm-hmm. Stay with it. This builds up in your body, and you wake up one day, really, mine just happens so fast. Some people, it takes a little longer. Their body holds on to all the impurities.
Everybody's gonna be different. What I love about this, like you talked about, we are so nutritionally deficient in our society.
It's true.
I mean, look at diabetes, where 90 million Americans are diabetic or pre-diabetic. Look at obesity and how over 80% of our country is registered as obese. Look at heart disease, the #1 killer in our nation. Statin drugs like Lipitor, the #1 prescribed medications in our country. Have you ever seen one of those commercials? It's devastating, the side effects of what's happening. So we're at an epidemic, a health epidemic in our country, where the foods that we eat, even if people try to eat organically, even then, it's still lacking in so much nutrition that we're having to eat more. And we're seeing that. So what people notice is on the Kyani products, like especially the Kyani Sunrise, and it's called Sunrise because you take it in the morning. You take your ounce in the morning, and I've seen it all the time. I've noticed it for myself. You don't have the cravings as much
You
as you
don't.
do. You don't
Just
need
don't.
to eat because you get the nutrition that you are supposed to be getting, and people are losing weight. People are feeling better because they're not sitting there eating more food because their body isn't sending signals saying you need to get more nutrition, eat more food, and that's why we have such large portions.
It's
And we
true.
eat and we eat, and people are getting sick and they're dying because of that habit. So that just this product alone, $32 for a month supply for a distributor is extremely cost effective compared to what people are spending to try to get multivitamins, to try to get good nutrition and antioxidants.
Well, and just the doctor bills alone.
Yeah,
Why do I don't know why we don't work harder in our culture in this country to prevent. The Asian countries seem to get it.
sure.
Preventive, whatever it is.
Preventative medicine.
Yeah.
I heard a
They,
saying from a a doctor of holistic medicine when I was in Florida that talked about an ounce of prevention is greater than a pound of cure, and how that's starting to catch on here in the United States, where
we
people are
used to
starting to
hear it when we
understand
were
that.
younger, but nobody understood what it meant. And Mary Louise said last night at the meeting, she said, "Yes, you will lose weight, but you cannot drink this and think you're going to compensate for a box of Twinkies.
Hmm.
You really have to think and try, make an effort to eat better along the way. But the reward, I mean, I struggled for 14 years and I lost my daughter to the effects of diabetes. I mean, it's the most devastating thing, particularly to young children. And all they have to do is get involved in something that will, like these products, and there are no other products like these products that have the same kind of track record that we have after what, 4 years?
Hmm.
Okay.
There's really nothing like it, and just this product alone will do wonders for people and the health of people. And they'll feel better. Blueberries are also called brain berries. They've been referred to as that.
That's a good
And
comment. Yeah.
little kids that take this, just this right here. I mean, I know little children with autism that have taken just the Sunrise product, and I don't want to say that we can cure autism or anything like that, but what I've seen is little children with autism that have not changed anything, that have taken this product, their whole everything about them is changing. One of my friends, Melissa Arias in New Mexico, her daughter was 17 at the time. When she got on the products, she just got evaluated for like her education or understanding level, and was tested at a first grade, I guess, education level. She got on the products, and about 2 months later was retested, and in 2 months being on the Kayani products, she went from a first grade to a third grade level,
Oh, that's
and
great.
now she's just doing a lot
That's
better.
great.
She's 19 now, but I hear that all the time with little children with autism, or kids with autism, kids with ADD or ADHD are getting on the Kayani products, focusing a lot more, and it's amazing what it's doing for people. Just that product alone, it's safe for kids. I mean, it's all
It's
whole
just
food
juice.
products. It's just juice.
And
My
minerals,
kids take it
vitamins.
every single day. They don't get as sick. If they do get sick, it's like for a day, and then like their kids in their class are sick for like a whole week. And so just that product is phenomenal. The second product is the Kayani Sunset. Uh, I had no idea how amazing this product is, and these are omega-3 pharmaceutical grade omega-3 fish oil pills with a vitamin E called a tocotrienol. And
These are hard to see. I tried to show them the other day. I don't know if can you see that?
they're small.
They're a soft gel. They're very easy to swallow. I don't get any fish feedback on that at all because apparently it digests in your intestines, not your
Mhm.
stomach.
When you
So
take them at night as well.
I take them at night. I have them sometime at dinner. Sometimes if I feel like I'm not going to be able to turn my mind off and go to sleep, I'll take 3 more right before I go to sleep. I have no idea why that works the way it does chemically, but it works. Because I'm going all day long, I sometimes have gone to bed over the years and my legs keep moving. Drives you crazy to have moving legs, crazy legs. And this just, I know you're not old enough to have that, but it happens. And so these just calm everything down. And they're just the most wonderful neutralizing experience when it comes to going to sleep. It's great. And now tell us what it is.
So the Kayani Sunset, it's such an amazing product. It's so powerful. just omega-3s by themselves. Doctors are prescribing omega-3s for a wide range of health issues. Omega-3s are known to be a natural mood enhancer. So people that are on Prozac or other antidepressants have taken this product and are now coming off of their medications because of the mood enhancing effect of omega-3s. Our product is not just your average omega-3. It comes from the wild Alaska sockeye salmon, the highest levels of omega-3s by anybody's standards. Um, so that alone is doing miracles for people. Talking about sleep, I know a lot of people that have been on Ambien, addicted to Ambien, that have gotten on the Kyani Sunset and are now coming off of their Ambien and are sleeping better, sleeping through the night, where people haven't had that for years. So it helps with a really good like a deep sleep that
It
you can
really
get.
does. It really does.
People with cholesterol, it's huge. There's Lipitor is the number one prescribed medication in our country. Huge market for this. I know so many people that have gotten on the Kyani products that are now by their doctor's orders saying, you know what, you need to stop taking your medication because you don't have high cholesterol anymore. It's balancing people's cholesterol out. It's huge for, and you can Google this, benefits of omega-3s, helping to prevent heart attack and strokes, recover from stroke, helping to prevent or fight against dementia and Alzheimer's as well. Your brain is 60% fat. These essential omega-3 fatty acids help to lubricate your brain, helping to help your brain function properly, which is huge.
It's true.
Some of the things that, I mean, you can Google the effects of omega-3s, but what I love about this product is not only is it a pharmaceutical grade, the most pure form of omega-3s from wild Alaska sockeye salmon, no mercury or anything like that, but we've enhanced it with a vitamin E called the tocotrienol. Now, folks, you probably haven't heard of tocotrienols, but you've heard of antioxidants. Well, tocotrienols will be a buzzword like antioxidants in the next couple of years because of what they're doing. We partnered up with a Dr. Tan who's leading the research of these tocotrienols. It's nature's purest form of vitamin E, and ours comes from the annatto bush seed. Google tocotrienols. You'll find some amazing research. You'll find tocotrienols are anti-tumor and anti-cancer. Now, it's not Demitrius saying that this cures cancer. We can't say that. However, the tocotrienols that are in this product are killing or finding to actually destroy cancer and reduce tumors, get rid of tumors. I know people that have had tumors for years that have got on this product and their tumors are disappearing and they're going away. Another thing that you'll find is the U.S. government just came out with a study talking about these tocotrienols and how it's reversing the effects of radiation, which if anybody has one of these, yeah, you need to look for something like that, especially if you sleep next to this at night. Turn it off, okay? Don't do that. But it's incredible, the research that's coming out and the effects of tocotrienols on diabetes. All of this stuff is independent research, not Kyani's research, that people can look at and see. Now, we have a special patent, Pat. We've put the vitamin E tocotrienol from the annatto bush seed with this omega-3. Once again, $32 for a month supply for a distributor. The closest comparison that you can even call a comparison is around $200.
Yes.
And, you know,
Very expensive.
It doesn't even come close as far as the grade of product that it is. So there's nothing like it in the industry, you guys, as far as what we have. And that's just the two products that we have. We'll talk about the nitro.
Yeah, let's do that
'Kay.
right now. Both of these. And while he's putting this together a little bit, if you want more information, please call area 801 362 9552. 801 area 362 9552. Leave your name, your phone number, and your request, and we'll get back to you to give you more information or how you can become involved with this company, feel better, look better, act better, and have a little more money.
I love that. So the last two products that we have are a noni plant extract, pure organic noni plant extract. And this product, the head of our medical advisory board, Dr. Abbas Qutab, has talked about just the nitro effects. If the drug companies were to get a hold of the patent of this product, it would be the most prescribed medicine throughout the world because of what it's doing. Our product is an all natural product. Like I said, it's noni plant extract, but it helps your body produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, you guys, is it's called the molecule of life. You can't produce it. Your body produces it. It's a gas that your body produces itself. And what it does, I mean, it does so many things. Where there was 3 American pharmacologists that were actually awarded the Nobel Prize in medicine or physiology back in 1998. It was so significant they gave them a choice, medicine or physiology. And ever since then, it's been the most studied compound in the history of medicine, the most studied molecule. Nitric oxide, what it does, one of the first things that it does is it's a vasodilator, meaning it opens up all your blood vessels. It increases the blood flow, increases the circulation, gets oxygen to all the vital organs, helps enhance the effects of the first 2 products, helps your body absorb the antioxidants, the vitamins, the minerals, the omega-3s. So it's a catalyst. It, I guess, just enhances the effects of those 2 products. Nitric oxide is known as the molecule of life because it's the number 1 signaling molecule to maintain, defend, and repair every cell and system in the human body. And you've noticed how little children have so much energy because they have high levels of nitric oxide. You ever notice how they can get hurt and 3 seconds later they're miraculously healed and they feel better because they have high levels of nitric oxide? I don't know the exact age. I don't know if they've really proven it yet. But as you age, your body stops producing as much nitric oxide. It's probably why you've noticed that it's harder to lose weight. It's harder to recover from injury. And you start to die.
Wrinkles begin appearing.
Wrinkles begin appearing.
You want to take naps, and then you want to take 2 naps or maybe 3, and you start to retire your life. It'd be simply maybe because you're 65 and you think you should retire your life, and you don't have to. And what has happened for me personally, I am swimming every day. I am working 14 hours a day and loving it. I forget to eat because I'm not hungry. I'm driving further. I'm seeing better at night. I came home last night from that meeting, no problem. And I've had a little problem with the lights being a little fuzzy. No, it's changed. There are so many things still changing. I have been asked if this has caffeine of any kind in it because athletes, their bodies are tuned and they know their bodies. And they just had a thing up at Idaho Falls with some weightlifting champions. They broke all kinds of records taking these products. And we're still talking about the FX, right?
We're still just talking about the FX.
Wait till you hear about this because this has really changed what I'm doing. I'm jumping rope, for crying out loud.
With the extreme. No,
I have to stay off the trampoline.
we have a new product called Nitro Extreme that it's about 5 to 10 times more powerful than the Nitro FX. The Nitro FX, though, was very effective because it helps your body produce its own levels of nitric oxide. You take it under your tongue. There's a little tincture here. You take it under the tongue, helps your body produce nitric oxide. You hold it for about 45 seconds, and then you swallow it. And you'll notice nitric oxide, I mean, is so phenomenal in what it does. There was, in fact, a drug company, a Pfizer drug company, that created a product called Viagra that it was initially intended to be a heart medicine because it was a precursor, a pharmaceutical synthetic precursor to nitric oxide. And they saw the benefits of increased circulation of nitric oxide, but they saw increased sexual function as well. That's why you'll hear people talk about this product as Viagra, the Nitro Extreme.
That's good.
We won't go into any testimonials, but it's amazing what it's doing for people. So that's really the Nitro FX.
I'm ready to get up on the table and dance. I mean, I have an instant reaction to this. I mean, I can feel it charging through my brain and my body.
No, a lot of people do.
I just have it.
Have you heard Leroy's story?
On the yes, and I've had
down in St. George.
Actually, yes, I have heard Leroy's story.
Leroy. So this guy Leroy, he comes to a meeting.
Him and been in his room and was there. Mary Louise was conducting that meeting when she first met him. Yeah. Parkinson's. I just met Leroy. So 6 months ago, we came out with this Nitro Extreme product. It's a lot more concentrated formula of the noni plant extract. We've also enhanced it with chromium, CoQ10, magnesium, zinc, and niacin. But the results, the testimonials that we've seen have been just phenomenal with this product. We have a guy, Leroy. I just met him just a couple weeks ago for the first time in St. George. And he lived, I believe, up in Washington or Portland.
He showed up to a meeting, had no idea what he was there for, but has suffered with Parkinson's disease. And once again, I'm not saying we're the cure for Parkinson's. We can't say that. But here's what happened. He showed up to a meeting with a walker, with a cane, shaking profusely like people with Parkinson's do. And
He was flailing. His arms are going, legs. He couldn't feed himself.
yeah,
He had to be helped with every function, and had been, I think, at least 10 years severely.
about 13 years is
13
what he
years
says.
with Parkinson's.
So he showed up like that to a meeting. Well, the Nitro Extreme just came out. It was about 6 months ago. And one of the distributors said, hey, would you want to take this? So she gave him a dose of it. He put it under his tongue. 10 minutes later, his wife said, Leroy, you're not shaking. He's like, you're right. I'm not. And
one of the other thing he said, don't talk to me. I'm in the middle of a miracle. I don't want it to stop, because he realized he'd stopped shaking.
yeah,
And they were both just stunned. I thought it was his daughter, but you're right. I think maybe it was his wife. Okay.
and this was 6 months ago. And I heard his story and I was like, wow, that's incredible. What was incredible though was when I met with this gentleman just a couple weeks ago down in St. George. And he walked in the room just standing straight up and down without a walker, just walked in, came and sat down and was just talking with us. And I was like, holy cow, this is the same guy. Well, his story is he doesn't shake out of control anymore. He doesn't have a walker anymore or a cane. He walks by himself.
Bicycle.
He does 100 sit-ups a day.
Yeah, riding bicycle.
He's no longer insulin dependent like he was before. He still takes a little bit of it, but his life is completely changed. And he talked about how 6 months ago he didn't want to be alive. He talked about before Kayani, he was this close to taking his life because he felt like he was already dead. He felt like he was a walking zombie. And he says today, because of Kayani, 6 months later, I'm so far removed from that. It's a miracle. He's like, I have my life back. My grandkids have their grandpa back. My wife has her husband back. And it's phenomenal. These products, you guys, are changing people's lives. They're giving people hope. Because of that, I really feel, because of what I know of the products, that I have a moral obligation to share with people. And that's what we do. The opportunity, folks, comes from the products. If we didn't have the products, there would be no opportunity. The opportunity is so significant because of the amount of people that are out there that need what we have to offer. And that's what I get excited about. And that's why you asked earlier, what drives you?
Yeah.
It's people like Leroy, people like you, the people that are out there that need what we have. And the way we make money, I love what I do for, this is I wouldn't consider it work, but it's how I provide for my family. It's how I make a living. We make money, we make a living by benefiting other people, by bringing value to people's lives. The more people's lives you change, the more you're going to be rewarded financially. And it's just a huge blessing. There's not another business like it. There's not another company like it out there. There's nothing that I would rather be doing. And it all comes down to you getting excited about sharing what we have with other people, not caring about if we're going to offend somebody. Because look, there's no reason to offend somebody if they understand that we're coming to them because we care enough about them to share what we have with them. Think about if Leroy, if his friends never thought well enough of him to bring the products to him, where would he be today? Where would so many people be today?
The same condition, and it was not a good condition. I want to take just a few minutes and talk about the comp plan and also about customers, because there are people watching that perhaps are not going to build a business. It's not interesting. They perhaps don't need to do that. They're at a stage where they just simply need the products, want to get better. If you could share a little bit of that with us and your experience.
Absolutely. Here, we do three things in Kayani. The first thing we do is we get customers. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And like you talked about, Steve, and our approach is, how many times have you done a favor for somebody else? Lots of times. There's some people that owe you some favors. Our approach is, we don't get technical. We don't try to give a product discourse to people. We say, we found these products. We've just partnered up with this wellness company. Would you please do me a favor? Help me out. Try these products. Favor, help, try. Do me a favor. Help me out. Try these products. They're all natural. People are noticing incredible results. If they don't work, you can get your money back. So that's what's driving our compensation plan is people getting on the products. It's all product driven. You build through 3 organizations. There's no personal requirements for sponsoring leaders or developing leaders and legs. There's no structure requirements there. It's all volume driven. It's the only compensation plan of its kind where it's based on people sharing the products, distribution of products. And it's life changing. I want to share a story real quick of Mike Akagi and ending out. 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mike Akagi is such an incredible story that not even 3 years ago, I called him up and offered the opportunity to him. He was such in an awful place where he was. They were losing their house, making less than $1,000 a month in Hawaii as a professor at BYU, just an adjunct professor, losing hours. And 3 years later, not even 3 years later, he got excited about sharing the products with people. And that's their approach was just, I'm just going to share the products with as many people as possible. 3 years later now, he has a residual income of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. He has different problems. He has problems of, gosh, what am I gonna do? I got to get more write-offs, or he's traveling the globe. He's in
It's really
Korea
fun.
now,
It's really fun to watch him.
and he's just one of thousands of people that they're getting their lives back with the opportunity, with the compensation plan. The comp plan, what you need to know most about it is it's the most secure comp plan in the industry, and it's just based on you sharing products with people, not selling a dream, not selling a hope, or not selling hype to people and signing as many people up as you can, but sharing what we have, changing people's lives. The more lives you change, the more your life is going to change, and that's what is so incredible about our compensation plan. We're less than $100 million a year company going into our 5th year of business in over 32 countries. The next 3 to 5 years are going to be phenomenal. They're going to be life changing for people that want to take advantage of our growth as we grow to hundreds of millions and eventually reach the $1 billion mark, which I have every reason to believe we're going to get there in the next few years. So lives are going to change.
Yeah,
People's
well,
lives
this
are
is
going to
a great
change.
time to be involved. Great time to be involved in the
It
company.
absolutely is.
If you just want to be a preferred customer, that's so possible, and then no one bothers you, makes you crazy about phone calls. If you want to be a distributor and build a business, nobody calls you and makes you crazy. We remind, we encourage, we train, we teach, we mentor. But it's your choice. It's your choice, each individual. He's being a little modest because he's worked with Mike Akagi. He trained Mike. He brought him in. He brought in Mary Louise. Mike brought in Mary Louise. And the way it comes down the line, we've all helped each other. You reach down and help people below you, and you reach up to get help above you. And everybody comes out a winner in this thing. Talk a little bit more about. We've got a couple more minutes to go on the comp plan. 2 more minutes. Just tell a little bit more about it because it is so different.
It's hard to really, without a visual or anything, to break down the compensation plan. But like I said, we do 3 things. We get customers, number one. Number two is we get business partners or distributors. Number three is we train our distributors or business partners how to get customers and how to get other business partners. We have a system that it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter what you've done or what you haven't done in business. Our top income earner is a 35-year-old stay-at-home mom, Becky Bursell, makes millions of dollars a year at this business. We have people, Mary Louise, 68 now, that earns hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year residually. I mean, what I want to say about the comp plan is it works.
It works.
It works because the products work. We have about an 80% customer retention rate. So just imagine where you could be in the next 3 years, in the next 12 months, because it all comes down to the next year is going to go by just as quick, whether you do Kayani or whether you don't. Just imagine where you could be if you partnered up with us on a part-time basis and you started sharing with people what we have. And I wish I had more time. I can't believe the hour's up, but we have so many testimonials of people that are experiencing life-changing results with their health, with their wealth. People are dreaming again. I want to invite each and every one of you that are listening. It's okay to dream again. You can start dreaming again. Kayani can allow you to fulfill those dreams. With that, I just want to thank you again for having me out.
Thank you. My guest today has been Demetrius Siruno, and I am so grateful you're here. I know he's traveling a lot and he's in demand, so we really appreciate your coming and being with us today.
Absolutely.
I'd like to thank Kent Vorking for keeping us on the air and taking care of all the technical stuff. We appreciate that. I'm Pat Sheranian. This is the Pat Sheranian Show. I'll be on, excuse me, I'll be on with another program at noon today. And we'll be talking about local people and things things of interest, relationships at noon with a very talented author at that time. So join us then and come again tomorrow. We will be here every day at 9 and at 12. 9 o'clock is the Kayani hour. We're grateful to have you here. Have a safe, healthy day.